I'm Josh Gates. In my travels, I've seen some unexplainable things which have raised strange questions. Now I've pulled together a team armed with the latest technology in the search for answers. I'm not sure what's out there waiting for me, but I know what I'm looking for. The truth. Well, from great apes to the great beyond, we turned our truth-seeking skills to a ghostly mystery in Southeast Asia. Take an old abandoned place of worship, throw in some ghostly spirits, and normally this would be a job for Jason and Grant at Ghost Hunters. But when my research indicated that this haunted mosque was in the middle of the thick jungles of Malaysia and surrounded by venomous snakes, wild tigers, and poisonous spiders the size of your head, suddenly it sounded a little more like a job for Gates and Company. The mosque sits deep in the jungle to the north of Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur. Built in 1937, it was a sacred place of worship until it was abandoned in the late 60s. No one is sure why it was abandoned, but these days it has a new reputation, a supernatural one. So much so that nearby villagers won't go near the crumbling structure, claiming it is possessed with evil spirits. Allegedly, the last man to go into the mosque at night vomited blood after seeing one of these ghosts that he described as a female with long black hair, no face, and a white gown. I wanted to get to the bottom of this ghostly story. My crew and I packed up our equipment and plenty of bug spray and headed out to the jungles of Malaysia. We flew 17 hours from Los Angeles to the capital city of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. In an area steeped in archaic spiritual beliefs, why would the villagers who live near the mosque be so spooked by a couple of lingering ghosts? I was sure the answer would reveal itself sooner or later. Our journey to reach the mosque would begin with several hours on the road to the town of Tanjung Karang. And whether you're traveling to your family's vacation cottage or to a mosque in the jungle, no road trip is complete without snacks.
What are these sour, sweet balls of chocolate you're eating?
I'm hungry.
Let me try the sweet chocolate balls.
Wait. What? You're just wasting one.
Oh my god, that's the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Nasty. I like them.
It tastes like a dirty mackerel peed in my mouth. Arriving at our destination, we met up with a local paranormal researcher named Uncle. Yes, his name is Uncle. He's been following this story closely, and I wanted to get his professional opinion on the reported phenomenon happening at the mosque. I was surprised we could find him, what with his jungle camouflage and all. Do many locals believe this mosque is haunted?
Yes. They heard so many things about weird ghosts, or in Malaysia they call it Pontianak. They're like bitches.
Bitches?
Okay.
Banshees?
Banshees.
Not bitches. Banshees. It's very different.
Oh my god. Okay. Banshees.
When you first heard the story of this haunted mosque,
okay,
did you go there? Did you travel there?
We bring 8 girls.
8 girls?
8 girls. Malay people believe Pontianak don't like girls.
So if a girl goes to the mosque, she has a better chance of seeing the ghost or a worse chance?
Not even one.
Not chance. No chance at all.
Not even one.
What should I do to see something inside the mosque?
You must be alone there.
You have to be alone.
You just listen to me.
For how long?
At least half an hour.
Uncle said that to reach the mosque from here, we'd need to hire a boat that could take us up the Selangor River. We started to make our way to the docks when our cameraman Jed got a little reminder about what else lurks in these jungles. Jed here is the first victim in the crew to be land leech.
This is my blood is in here. I'm really kind of disgusted.
Let's pull it off, see what happens. First of all, I love that while this is happening, our medic is sitting over here in a little girl's bike. Pretty much ready to go at a moment's notice here, this one. Woo! Woo!
Right.
You ready?
Take it off.
Yeah.
Oh!
Pop that in your mouth.
Malaysia.
That's my blood right there. You don't get a free meal for nothing, dude.
My team and I sat down with our local guide to plan out our route to the mosque. The trip would take us miles up the Selangor River and then another half day of hiking through the thick jungle brush before we would finally reach the village where the mosque is located. But first, as usual, we had to find a boat with a motor that would actually work. Every time. Every time. WD-40. There's nothing a little WD-40 can't fix. Spray it up. We're gonna die. Every time. And while the engine was getting greased, we indulged in a very special regional dessert. This looks like a science project. This is corn jelly and jellied grass.
With rose syrup and Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses are in here?
Yes.
Doesn't even make sense. Ryder, I got a present for you. It's really good.
I don't like the texture.
You don't like the texture? What are you talking about? Creamed corn, ice, and jelly grass? I don't see any textural problems with that.
It's biting. It's biting me.
For the moment, our engine problems were behind us and we were on our way. After a full day of travel up the river and through the forest, we finally arrived at the simple village near the mosque. Exhausted, we set up camp for the night. I sent our medic, Jared, to secure the perimeter of our camp where he was approached by a local with a curious bag of white powder.
Like just around the whole camp? Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Okay. I'll let them know, right?
Here's a little travel tip for you. When you're deep in the jungles of Malaysia and a local tells you to spread white powder around your camp to keep out the poisonous king cobras, you do it.
Hey, don't pay attention to that stuff, buddy.
Not feeling 100% reassured by the ring of mysterious white powder around our camp, my team and I huddled together in our tent and shared another Destination Truth fine dining experience.
All you could find were noodles in a plastic bag.
You found a soup in a plastic bag, too.
If you want to fish at the fair,
Eat it. Eat the food. Eat the food that you're given. For God's sakes, we're out in the wild.
The next morning, we hiked into the village to talk to people who claim the mosque is haunted by evil spirits. This man went inside the mosque to look for his missing